Using deflection magnetometer, it is possible to measure the magnetic moment as well as the pole strength of a given magnet. In this experiment, we will be using three arrangements or three configurations, that is tan A, tan B and tan C. In all these three, the tangent law of magnetism is made use of. According to tangent law, when there are two mutually perpendicular magnetic fields, in our case, this field is the Earth's magnetic field and this field is the field produced by the bar magnet, then the resultant field will be something like this, and if it makes an angle theta with BH, then according to tangent law, we can write that this field B is equal to BH tan theta. So, in all these arrangements, that is tan A, tan B and tan C, our aim will be to create two mutually perpendicular field. While BH is always fixed, we will create a mutually perpendicular field here in this axis so that the compass box will denote as the resultant magnetic field. In tan A arrangement, if this is the BH along the north-south direction, the magnetometer will be placed in the east-west direction and the magnet will be placed in this direction so that it is the axial field of this magnet that contribute as the B component here. The expression for axial field of a bar magnet is B is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi 2 md by d square minus L square the whole square. So, by the tangent law, we know that B is equal to BH tan theta. So, on rearranging, we'll get the moment of the magnet M is equal to 4 pi by mu 0 BH d square minus L square the whole square by 2d into tan theta. In this expression, d is the distance between the center of the compass box and center of the magnet. It is customary to take the length of the magnet as 2L. So, L means the half length of the magnet. While placing the magnet, it should be taken care that the position of the axial line of the magnet should coincide with the position of the magnet in the compass box. For this purpose, the height of the magnet should be suitably adjusted. Coming to the experimental setup, this is the compass box. This is the magnet in it. Hope you can see. There is a red dot here. It denotes the north of the magnet. So this is the north pole of the magnet, and of course this then will be the south pole of the magnet. This is a broad magnet, so for convenience we are using an aluminum pointer which is quite long, and this aluminum pointer is perpendicular to this magnet. We will keep the compass box over here. So this end shows the north, geometrical north, magnetic north in fact, and this is the south pole. I have kept 0, 0, the reading 0, 0 parallel to the arms of the magnetometer. Then rotate the whole apparatus so that the aluminum pointer reads 0, 0. Now the aluminum pointer is reading 0, 0. In fact, a mirror is provided here, and the purpose of this mirror is that the aluminum pointer and its image in the mirror should appear to be as single point when you look from the top. That is, there should not be no parallax error in taking the reading. So now the setting is over. This is the direction of Earth's magnetic field. This magnet is the pivoted magnet. This is the aluminum pointer. It is made to read 0, 0 by turning the whole apparatus of magnetometer suitably. Now we will introduce the bar magnet. Now with reference to the measurement scale, change the position of the magnet suitably so that the reading in the compass box is between 30 and 60. Now the position of the magnet, as you can see from the scale, is 21. The position, centralized position of the magnet is 21, and the reading on the compass box is 59. This reads 59, this reads 59. So note down the reading, then repeat the experiment. Now coming to the tabular column, this 59 and 59, theta 1 and theta 2 are entered over here, the readings that we took now. So now the position is at reading 21, and we have got the deflection theta 1 and theta 2. Now what I'm going to do is, I'll just reverse this magnet comfortably and easily with this wooden stand so that it becomes easy. So I have reversed the north pole and south pole of the magnet, and now I will look out for the reading. Now again the reading is 59, 59. Initially it was the other 59, 59. Needle was like this, now the needle is like this. So there is this reading, we can take it as theta 3 and theta 4. You can enter it here, theta 3, theta 4. So now we will change the position from the eastern side to the western side. That is, I'll take this magnet from here and put it in the same reading, 21, on the other side. So this magnet is again on the reading 21. And I'll check for the measurement here. And now again, this magnet is showing a reading 58, 58, something like that. That is fine. Variation in 1 or 2 readings is allowed. Now next we will, so we have got, please note these readings as theta 5 and theta 6. Now what you have to do is change the direction of the bar magnet field. So again I'll keep it in the same reading, 21 was my reading. So at the same position I've kept it. Now take your theta 7 and theta 8 for this particular value of D. So I have entered the 8 readings that I have got, and we will calculate the mean value of theta and then calculate M. As we have seen in the theory, the equation for M is mu 0, 4 pi by mu 0 BH D square minus L square the whole square by 2D tan theta. Now you have to measure them, take the readings D and L. D is the distance between the center of the magnet and center of this compass box. Actually, that is what was read as 21 in our experiment. This distance, 21, is the D value. Now, the length of the magnet, as we discussed earlier, is taken as 2L. So, L is the half length of the magnet, and the length of the magnet can be measured using a vernier caliper to get the exact length of the magnet. Now we have to repeat the experiment. For that purpose, we will change the position of this magnet, say, to 20 centimeters. Then note down the reading. Then change the magnet in the east-west direction. Take your theta 2 and theta 3. Then move it to the other arm of the magnetometer. Place it in the same position. Take your theta 5 and theta 6. Reverse it. Take your theta 7 and theta 8 for this particular value of D. Measure the length of the magnet using a vernier caliper as 12 centimeters. Now for a given distance or a particular distance, enter all the 8 theta values, take the mean and apply the equation to find out the moment of the magnet. Now repeat this for various values of D and evaluate the average value of moment of the magnet. Once the moment of the magnet M, capital M, is evaluated with the help of deflection magnetometer, then we can calculate the pole strength of the magnet, small m, as capital M by 2L because pole strength is defined as magnetic moment per unit length. Here, L stands for half length of the magnet. The length 2L of the magnet can be evaluated with the help of a vernier calipers. Thank you.